There's something quietly powerful about a well-made jacket. It's more than a layer of fabric, it's presence. The right jacket doesn't just protect you from the cold, it announces who you are before you say a word. After 50, every man learns that style isn't about standing out. It's about standing with purpose. And few things communicate that purpose more elegantly than outerwear. Whether it's the structure of a navy blazer, the heritage feel of a wool coat, or the effortless grace of a camel trench, each piece tells a story of refinement. But here's the truth. Not every jacket elevates you. Some make you look dated or bulky, while others frame your body and energy perfectly. In this video, we'll explore 5 timeless jackets that instantly elevate how you look, and more importantly, how you feel as a man over 50. Because real confidence doesn't come from chasing fashion. It comes from understanding what quietly works for you. Secret 1. The Navy Blazer, the foundation of mature elegance. For generations, the navy blazer has been the quiet backbone of masculine style. It carries with it a language that every refined man understands: structure, restraint, and quiet confidence. When you put on a well-tailored navy blazer, you don't just dress better. You move differently. Your shoulders straighten, your voice steadies, and even the way you greet the world changes. It's not vanity, it's presence. At 50, style becomes less about attention and more about articulation, the way your choices express who you've become. The navy blazer speaks fluently in that language. It's polished but never pretentious, confident but never loud. It's the one piece that feels just as right in a casual cafe as it does at a fine dinner. That versatility is what makes it timeless, and what gives it the power to elevate any man at any stage of life. What makes the navy blazer special is its balance between authority and ease. A properly structured shoulder restores shape and posture, framing your body in a way that feels composed but natural. The deep inky navy shade enhances skin tone and maturity. It doesn't compete for attention, it complements it. Worn open over a soft white shirt and dark jeans, it says, approachable sophistication. Buttoned over a fine-gauge turtleneck and wool trousers, it whispers quiet power. Many men let go of this structure as they age. They trade blazers for zip-up fleeces or casual sweaters, believing comfort means relaxation. But true comfort comes from knowing you look your best, not from dressing down, but from dressing with intention. The blazer reminds you of that truth. It's not restrictive, it's reinforcing. It doesn't hide your age, it dignifies it. A great navy blazer should feel like armor you don't notice, sharp yet soft, structured yet forgiving. Look for mid-weight wool or cashmere blends with just enough texture to give life under natural light. Avoid anything too shiny or stiff. Go for slightly wider lapels, a natural shoulder line, and buttons that feel substantial under your fingers. These details tell the story of refinement without a single word spoken. Because at this stage of life, elegance is not about transformation. It's about affirmation. The navy blazer doesn't reinvent you, it reminds you of who you already are. A man whose strength comes not from shouting, but from standing tall in silence. And that, more than anything, is the real power of outerwear. Secret 2. The Camel Trench. Effortless sophistication in motion. Some garments don't just cover you, they move with you. The camel trench coat is one of those rare pieces that brings motion to elegance. When it flows behind you as you walk, when the belt ties softly at your waist, when the collar lifts against a cool breeze, it turns even an ordinary moment into something cinematic. And that's the beauty of it. The trench coat doesn't demand attention. It simply creates presence. For men over 50, the camel trench represents an evolution, a shift from dressing to impress, to dressing with intention. It tells the world that you've mastered the art of subtlety. The muted beige or warm tan tone complements mature skin and hair beautifully, while the long, clean lines elongate the frame, giving a natural sense of stature. You don't need to chase youth when your silhouette already whispers timeless strength. The trench coat's real magic lies in its versatility. Layer it over a navy blazer and wool trousers, and you're ready for an afternoon meeting or a quiet dinner. Throw it over a cashmere sweater and dark jeans, and suddenly it's casual refinement, effortless but deliberate. The key is balance. The trench should flow, not cling. It should move like confidence, smooth, measured, controlled. Unfortunately, many men wear trench coats that fit like armor, stiff, boxy, too heavy. That kills the soul of the garment. A good trench should feel alive. The fabric, whether cotton gabardine or a light wool blend, should breathe and sway. The belt shouldn't strangle the waist, it should define it. Even the way the coat opens when you move, that slight reveal of your inner layer, is part of its quiet choreography. When choosing a trench, opt for one in camel, sand, or light beige. Avoid overly dark tones. They lose the warmth that gives this coat its depth. Keep details classic. Epaulettes, storm flap, clean buttons. Length should hit just below the knee, enough to flow, not to overwhelm. There's an elegance in the way a trench coat behaves. It's never loud, never rigid. It's confidence in motion. And that's what makes it so powerful for men over 50. It doesn't fight your years. It moves with them. When you walk down the street and your coat catches the light or flutters gently in the wind, it's more than just fabric. It's the story of a man who has stopped trying to prove himself because his presence already says enough. Secret 3. The Suede Jacket. Texture, warmth, and understated power. If the navy blazer represents structure and the trench coat symbolizes movement, then the suede jacket is about texture, the quiet connection between how something feels and how it makes you feel. There's something magnetic about suede. Its surface isn't loud or polished, yet it draws people in. It invites touch, closeness, and attention. Not through shine, but through depth. That's the very essence of mature masculinity, warmth without showmanship. For men over 50, the suede jacket becomes a bridge between elegance and approachability. It replaces the stiffness of leather with softness, replacing rebellion with refinement. When you wear it, you project calm assurance, a man comfortable in his own presence. It's not trying to look young or trendy. It's about embodying ease, character, and quiet richness. The key to mastering suede lies in its tone and texture. Go for earthy colors that echo nature. Tobacco brown, olive green, or warm taupe. These shades blend seamlessly with navy, cream, and charcoal, the classic hues of a mature wardrobe. Suede has a way of catching light softly, so when the sun hits it, it doesn't glare, it glows. Every crease, every variation in texture adds to its story. It's not about perfection, but personality. The fit should be trim, but never tight. Think of it as your relaxed armor, structured enough to hold shape, supple enough to move with you. A suede bomber or trucker jacket works best. Timeless silhouettes that sit naturally on the shoulders and end just below the waist. Pair it with a crisp white tee for effortless weekends, or layer it over a turtleneck for an autumn evening. Each combination brings a different expression of confidence, one approachable, the other quietly powerful. But what makes suede truly special is its intimacy. Unlike the sharp lines of a blazer or the flowing grace of a trench, suede feels personal. It's the kind of jacket that looks even better the more you wear it. The slight fading, the softened seams, the subtle marks of time, they don't take away from its beauty. They give it soul. And perhaps that's why it resonates so deeply with men over 50. We've earned our lines, our textures, our imperfections. Why should our clothes pretend otherwise? To care for suede is to respect it, brush it gently, keep it dry, and let it breathe. The way you treat it mirrors how you treat yourself, with patience, understanding, and quiet pride. Because true sophistication isn't about shine, it's about substance. And nothing embodies that better than a man in a suede jacket carrying warmth, confidence, and quiet strength in every step he takes. Secret 4. The Wool Overcoat. The statement of authority and grace. There's a kind of power that doesn't need words, a presence that fills the space before you even speak. The wool overcoat embodies that power. It's the final layer that turns ordinary clothing into a portrait of authority, grace, and timeless confidence. When a man over 50 buttons up his overcoat and steps into the cold, something changes. The coat doesn't just warm his body, it centers his energy. Unlike lighter outerwear, the overcoat carries weight both literal and symbolic. The drape of quality wool, the firm collar framing your neck, the deep pockets where your hands rest with quiet assurance. All these details create an aura of stability. You don't have to try to look dignified. You simply are. The beauty of a wool overcoat lies in its simplicity. It's an exclamation made in silence. The clean vertical lines elongate your frame, the texture adds depth, and the structure sharpens your silhouette. It's not about hiding age, it's about refining it. Every winter breeze that brushes the surface seems to draw attention not to the coat itself, but to the man who wears it calm, assured, composed. For men over 50, the overcoat is a lesson in presence. In a world that's increasingly casual, wearing one is almost rebellious. A quiet declaration that you still believe in standards. Not because you're stuck in the past, but because you understand the power of care, tradition, and respect for form. The ideal overcoat should hit just below the knee, with enough weight to move gracefully as you walk. Choose pure wool or a cashmere blend materials that breathe and soften over time. Camel, charcoal, or deep navy are your best allies. Colors that command attention without noise. Inside, keep the layers simple. A turtleneck, blazer, or fine knit is all you need. The goal isn't excess, it's effortless coherence. Many men underestimate what happens when they put on an overcoat. They think it's just another winter garment, but it's not. It's a reminder. It tells you to slow down, stand taller, and step forward with intention. It carries the quiet elegance of decades lived, with experience, not the flash of youth, but the steadiness of wisdom. Because style after 50 is not about reinvention, it's about refinement. And nothing refines a man's presence quite like the wool overcoat, strong, graceful, and timelessly composed. Secret 5. The field jacket, casual utility, meets refined masculinity. There's a rare kind of jacket that feels just as natural on a city street as it does on a quiet country path. Practical, masculine, and quietly distinguished. The field jacket is that piece. Originally designed for military officers, it has evolved into one of the most versatile outerwear choices a man can own. For men over 50, it's the perfect bridge between rugged functionality and refined style, a symbol of ease with purpose. Unlike structured coats or tailored blazers, the field jacket thrives in movement. It's meant to be worn, lived in, and shaped by your daily rhythm. Its multiple pockets, relaxed fit, and matte texture give it a casual edge, yet when chosen thoughtfully, it carries the same authority as any tailored garment. That's the beauty of it. It makes practicality look elegant. The best versions are cut from lightweight cotton or waxed canvas in earthy tones, olive, khaki, or deep navy. These colors pair effortlessly with everything from denim to wool trousers. A well-designed field jacket should feel like second skin, structured enough to hold form, but soft enough to flow with your body. When you walk, it moves with purpose, not stiffness. When you sit, it settles naturally, no pulling, no fuss. It's confidence expressed through comfort. Worn over a simple turtleneck and chinos, it becomes quietly sophisticated. Pair it with dark jeans and boots, and it channels masculine energy without aggression. Layer it over a blazer, and it suddenly transforms into something elevated, proof that casual doesn't have to mean careless. In fact, the field jacket embodies the kind of mature casual that younger men try and often fail to achieve. Relaxed, but never sloppy. But what gives this jacket its true power isn't its pockets or design. It's the spirit behind it. The field jacket represents the man who values readiness for a walk, a meeting, or a moment of solitude. It's for the man who no longer chases attention, but still moves through the world with purpose and poise. Over time, the fabric softens, the edges fade slightly, and the jacket starts to tell your story. Every fold, every mark, every memory gets woven into its texture. And that's what makes it beautiful. It ages with you, not against you. Because style after 50 isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. And the field jacket captures that spirit perfectly. Versatile, grounded, quietly strong. A reminder that refinement doesn't always wear a suit. Sometimes, it wears a bit of earth and wind, and still looks like a gentleman. Style after 50 isn't about chasing youth, it's about mastering presence. Every jacket you wear, every layer you choose, tells a quiet story about who you are and how you carry yourself through the world. The right outerwear doesn't just add warmth, it adds weight, not physical weight, but the kind that comes from confidence, clarity, and experience. When you find a jacket that fits both your frame and your character, something clicks. You no longer dress to be seen, you dress to feel aligned. The navy blazer refines, the camel trench moves. The suede jacket connects, the wool overcoat commands, the field jacket grounds. Together, they form a wardrobe, not of trends, but of truths, each piece a reflection of the man you've become. So, as you stand before the mirror, remember this: you're not trying to prove anything anymore. You're simply showing up as the best version of yourself, quietly confident, effortlessly composed, unmistakably you. Because real style isn't about changing who you are. It's about revealing it one layer at a time.